Good evening. I am Oluyole, and reading with me is
Olukemi Ajayi.
Bringing you Newscope, our daily news program of in-depth reports, interviews, and commentaries. First, the top news items. President Tinubu promises completion of Port Harcourt to Maiduguri rail line.
Governor Makinde pledges readjustment of pensions in line with new minimum wage.
WAEC launches receipt examinations for candidates.
U.S. declares state of emergency in 7 states over winter storm.
Now the news in detail. President Bola Tinubu says his administration will complete the Eastern Rail Line connecting Port Harcourt to Maiduguri. President Tinubu would support the development of the Anambra Basin as a significant energy reserve. The president praised Governor Peter Mba for his development model and philosophy after inaugurating several projects executed by the state government. He pledged that the federal government would continue to support Enugu and other states in their development efforts.
The Oyo State Governor, Engineer Seyi Makinde, has promised to deliberate with labor leaders during the week to make necessary readjustments to pensions paid in the state in line with the new minimum wage scale. Governor Makinde, who made the promise at an interfaith service to usher in the new year, assured that his administration would work out a sustainable method to defray backlog of pension and gratuity. Details of the event held at the premises of the Governor's Office are presented by the Governor's Office correspondent, Oluyole Suleiman.
The state workers converged on the premises of the Governor's Office for a joyous interfaith program marking the beginning of the year 2025. The event was a moment of collective reflection as workers came together to commit the new year into God's hands. In his address at this year's interfaith service, Governor Seyi Makinde acknowledged the cooperation of labor leaders and pledged to always reward diligence, even as efforts will be intensified to rid the state of all forms of banditry for the benefit of the people.
In terms of safety and security, we have few fire incidents, armed robbery, kidnappings. We do have a special operation going on right now. Quite a number of the bad people from the majorly northwest zone. They're getting the heat and they are relocating here. But we will find them out and we'll deal with them.
While congratulating the newly appointed permanent secretaries, Governor Makinde also emphasized that his administration would take the welfare of pensioners seriously by reviewing their pensions in tandem with the new minimum wage. In her address, the state head of service, Mrs. Oluyole, expressed heartfelt appreciation on behalf of the state workers to Governor Makinde for his unwavering commitment to the welfare of all civil and public servants, noting that his worker-friendly policies have brought about significant positive changes that cannot go unrecognized. However, Mrs. Oni requested the state workers to reciprocate the good gesture of Governor Makinde by exhibiting discipline, loyalty, honesty, hard work, transparency, and accountability to achieve rapid progress and all-round purposeful development in the year 2025 and beyond.
I therefore urge all of us to accept this responsibility to make us relevant whenever we are called upon as professionals in our different endeavors. Let us arrange for self-development.
The Speaker of Oyo State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Adebo Ogundoyin, represented by the Deputy Speaker, Honorable Mohammed Fadeyi, and the State Chief Judge, Justice Iyabo Yerima, represented by Justice Olusegun Olagunju, charged the state workers to rededicate themselves to the service of the state in the year 2025. The DOE commended the vision and leadership qualities of Governor Seyi Makinde, noting that it's been instrumental to the progress of the state. The chairman, Nigeria Labour Congress, Comrade Kayode Martins, and State Trade Union Congress Chairman, Comrade Bosun Olabiyi, also lauded Governor Seyi Makinde for paying the new minimum wage and prioritizing payment of salary and gratitude and allowance. Other highlights of the event were sermons and admonition from Muslim, Christian, and traditional clerics offered to inspire the workers into the new year. The 2025 interfaith prayer also had in attendance the First Lady in Oyo State, Mrs. Tamunomenene Makinde, the Deputy Governor, Barrister Lawal, State former Deputy Governor, commissioners, other top government functionaries, traditional rulers, religious leaders, political appointees, among whom was the chairman of BCOS, Mrs. Dotun Olaitan Olalekan Sulaiman. This was news.
Academic activities commenced today as public and private primary and secondary schools in the state resumed for the second term 2024-2025 academic session in compliance with the directive of the State Ministry of Education. Our reporter, Olamide Owolabi, who visited some schools around Ibadan metropolis, has the details.
As the Utah season comes to a close, students and teachers in Oyo State resumed academic activities today as schools reopened for the start of the second term. Early comers at some of the schools visited in Ibadan were seen cleaning and organizing the school environment. In some of the schools visited, academic activities had already commenced, with an impressive turnout on the first day of the second term in some schools, while others experienced lower attendance. Despite the recent stampede which occurred during the holiday at Islamic High School Basharun, students were seen on the school premises as academic activities fully resumed. Some school principals encouraged their staff and students to approach teaching and learning with dedication in the new term. They also appealed to parents to send their children to school promptly as academic activities have begun.
We teachers are here for work, but the learners have not turned out. Few of them have resumed, so we are still expecting the rest. I've talked to my teachers to work tirelessly for the progress of the learners, so and to have a good success this time, and we are ready to work. But I'm imploring the parents to please release these children. Some of them are still at home playing.
So we resumed this morning. We have used the first 2 periods for cleaning. The turnout is very, very low. The students did not come, only few. We have just a small percentage of the students were present this morning. For this time, I want to encourage the students to be up and doing, to be focused.
When we newly resume like this, the tendency is for students not to want to come to school. But by the time teachers attend their classes as at when due, especially as early as possible like this, most students that want to stay away will be getting the information that work has already started. Speaking
with BCS News, the proprietors of a private school, Dr. Victoria Akitoye, urged parents to support skill-based training to promote development of their children.
I want to encourage parents to still be firm on the young ones, because this is a generation that wants to be left alone to do what they like, and it will not be good to pay money and get something less in return. So every stakeholder must work very hard to keep our young generation focused. Then the skill-based training should not be handled with levity. We should work more to make them get an acquisition of extra skills. So apart from the academics, they are also good in other areas.
Schools visited include St. Patrick's Grammar School, Basharun, Dorina College, Odife Road, and Islamic High School, Orita, Basharun. Others are Urban Day Grammar School, Odife Road, Methodist N5 Basic School, Agodi, Ikolaba Grammar School, as well as some private schools. Olamide Owolabi, BCS News.
Similarly, public and private primary and secondary schools in Ogbomosho area of Oyo State today joined other schools across the state to resume for second-term activities. BCOS correspondent in Ogbomosho, Adiremi Akomu, noted that academic activities started in most schools visited today, like Anglican Grammar School, Orioke Community High School, Ariago Basic School, Olugbon High School, among others. It was also gathered that the number of teachers were increased in all schools as all the newly recruited teachers by the state government officially resumed today. Special prayers were offered in all schools in the area to seek the protection of God throughout the term, while orientation was also organized for new teachers. In a chat with BCOS News, the head of zone, Tescom Ogbomosho, Prince Shubomi Adedoyin, said his supervisors who visited the schools this morning that said there was total compliance with directives on the commencement of classwork by teachers. Some of the principals who spoke with Adire Miakomu commended the state governor, Engineer Seyi Makinde, over the recruitment of new teachers, adding that it will boost the standard of education in the state.
The West African Examinations Council, WAEC, has introduced a new initiative that allows students to resit their West African Secondary School Certificate Examination WASC exams as early as January and February 2025. This change is a departure from the previous system where candidates had to wait for the next private exam session. The head of public affairs, John Kapi, made the revelation in a statement. Kapi stated that the new program, named WASC PC1, offers a quicker opportunity for students to enhance their grades. He explained that students who access their WAEC results and realize the need to recite 1 or 2 papers have until the 8th of January to register online through WAEC website or at WAEC accredited internet cafes.
The gradual reduction in the pump price of premium motor spirit known as petrol has not reflected in the cost of transportation. This was the finding of PCOS reporter Oluyole on the recent reduction in the pump price of petrol and increase in the cost of transportation. His report.
Prior to the end of the year 2024, Nigeria National Petroleum Corporation, NNPC, announced the reduction in the official pump price of premium motor spirits, otherwise known as petrol, from 1,035 naira to 950 naira. NNPC also began the full operation of Port Harcourt refineries and partnerships with major marketers to further reduce the pump price of petrol. Despite the slight changes in the price of petrol, it was observed that it doesn't reflect in the cost of transportation. A visit to motor parks and some bus stops by BCOS News crew revealed that the transport fare has not reduced.
Irú ọyẹ́ yà gbé 10,000 but majority àwọn ọkọ̀ ló ti wọlé mi dáa pé àwọn olè bọ̀ 50,000 la máa gbé mo ní kò sí tó jọ 10,000 la máa gbé a ní fowó lé because bí epo ṣe ń lọ òkè ló ń wálẹ̀ epo ti wálẹ̀ nsìn so kò ní ìka la fẹ́ fowó lé and lọ́yọ̀ state àwọn olè sọjọ́bọ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ state lẹ́nu nítorí àwọn ni wọ́n ní àwọn ni wọ́n fi wá síbẹ̀ so àdẹ̀gbọ́dọ̀ ṣe nǹkan tí ariwo òfin ní pọ̀ so iye tá à ń gbé ìyàwó òfowó lé iye tá à ń gbé náà là ń gbé ọjọ́ 500 náà là ń gbé ọjọ́ àfowó fún owó mọ́tò iye tá à ń gbé náà là ń gbé àmọ́ ìgbàgbẹ́ iye tá à ń gbé àwọn èèyàn wọn náà mọ́ra wọn náà láti gbé mọ́ra wọn náà ní dáfẹ́ sí ọwọ́ sànù wa 50 gbẹ ìgbà tá a bá ra táyà ní táyà 43 níbo láti yọ táyà níbo láti yọ ọ́ọ̀lì táyà ní ti tàṣọ tẹ́lẹ̀ ọ́ọ̀lì ti di 6,000 ọ́ọ̀lì 1 litre 7,000 9,000 ààrẹ ìrísí ẹ o.
À ń lo price náà ni torí bí tá à ń gbé 500 tẹ́lẹ̀ àgbé ní 400 tọ́lọ́ bá tún jẹ́ kó wálẹ̀ díẹ̀ sí i àwọn tí ń fún wa mẹ́sẹ̀gì gan wọn nílé fún wa mẹ́sẹ̀gì mọ́ àwọn náà máa lè lọ bí tí wọ́n bá fẹ́ lọ.
Some residents also expressed their concerns about the situation.
Although they have reduced the price, but it has not been reflected in our transportation system. So we want government to look into it and do the needful.
It is hoped that the price of fuel will reduce in the new year to further bring succor to the people of the country. Olamiposi Ishola, BCOS News.
Governor Abba Yusuf of Kano State Today swore in 7 new commissioners and 6 new permanent secretaries as part of his administration's efforts at providing good governance to the people of the state. Governor Yusuf also swore in 13 special advisors at a ceremony held at the Government House, Kano. The governor charged the new appointees to be dedicated and committed to their duties. Governor Yusuf commended members of the State House of Assembly for their cooperation and dedication to the development of the state. Responding on behalf of the appointees, the newly appointed Commissioner for Investment, Commerce and Industry, Shehu Shagagi, thanked the governor for the appointments.
The decision of the Kogi state government to deprive students from registering unless they present a veritable tax clearance of their parents has sparked outrage in the state, with parents, human rights activists and concerned educationists kicking against the policy. Reacting to the controversial policy, a Kogi-based legal practitioner and rights activist, Arome Odoma, has issued a pre-action notice against Kogi State's policy on parental tax clearance for student registration. Odoma, who is challenging the legality of the policy in a pre-action notice addressed to the governor of the state, Ahmed Odudu, and the chairman of the Board of Internal Revenue Service, laid bare the policy's flaws, branding it repugnant to natural justice, equity, and good conscience. Also, a concerned parent, Mr. Elesho Emmanuel, said the state government policy is not only anti-education but anti-human, adding that Governor Ododo must have been misled by his advisors in their drive to just generate revenue at all costs. The National Commissioner in charge of the right to education at the National Human Rights Commission of Nigeria, NHRC, Sir Agabaidu Jidani, had called on Governor Usman Ododo to find a policy mix that prioritizes the right to education of children in Kogi State.
This broadcast of Newscope comes to you from the Broadcasting Corporation of Oyo State, Ibadan. The Rivers State High Court has ruled that Governor Siminalayi Fubara is legally empowered to transact business with the 3 lawmakers who have not vacated their seats in the State House of Assembly. This was contained in a court decision given on the 20th of December, during which Presiding Judge Sika Aprioko dismissed a suit seeking to compel the governor to represent the 2024 budget to the Martin Amuewule-led assembly. The said suit was filed by the registered trustees of the Association of Legislative Drafting and Advocacy Practitioners and had the government of Rivers State, the governor of Rivers State, and the Attorney General of the state as defendants. It sought to compel the governor to represent the 2024 budget to the 27 lawmakers led by Amuewule for passage into law. After considering the arguments from the different councils, Aprioko ruled that Governor Fubara could transact business with the members who did not vacate their seats.
The Rivers State Police Command has confirmed that 18 people sustained severe injuries in a gas explosion that occurred in the Orazi community of Port Harcourt. The incident happened yesterday evening at a gas refilling shop, causing substantial damage to nearby buildings. This latest explosion is part of a series of gas and improvised explosive device incidents recorded in the state since 2024. The command spokesperson, SP Grace Iringe Koko, verified the incident during an interview with newsmen today and disclosed that the explosion was caused by a welder repairing a refrigerator. SP Iringe Koko added that the injured victims suffered varying degrees of burns, were promptly taken to the hospital where they are receiving treatment. She also confirmed that the police have launched a full investigation into the incident and will share their findings with the public.
Kaduna State Governor Obasani and his Katsina State counterpart Diko Rada have commended the Nigerian Air Force for its relentless onslaught against bandits and terrorists in their respective states. The governors emphasized the need for sustained security efforts to ensure peace and stability in the region. Governor Sani, represented by the Commissioner for Internal Security and Home Affairs, Dr. James Kanyeb, praised the NAF's contributions during the 2024 base social cultural activities held in Kaduna, highlighting the importance of unity and cultural diversity. The governor stated that it underscores the efforts of the Nigerian Air Force in promoting values and unity while tackling insecurity.
And on the foreign scene, a state of emergency has been declared in 7 U.S. states as the central and eastern parts of the country are reeling under heavy winter storm, snowfalls, and cold temperatures. This is as flood warnings have been issued for parts of the south of England and Wales. Foreign News Editor Bimbo Akombi has the details.
Winter storm alerts issued by state and weather agencies cover more than 60 million people nationwide. Kansas, Missouri, Kentucky, Virginia, West Virginia, Arkansas, and New Jersey and worst affected states. Thousands of flights have reportedly been delayed while many services cancelled. Many schools in the region have declared that they will remain closed due to the storm. NOAA's Weather Prediction Center has warned that following the winter storm, cold temperatures are expected across much of the central and eastern United States this week. According to the latest forecast today, a major disruptive winter storm will affect the area from the Ohio Valley to the mid-Atlantic, leading to severe travel delays. The storm will produce 6 to 12 inches of snow across the mid-Atlantic, including the Washington, D.C. metro area.
When you get these sub-zero temperatures, at least sub-zero wind chills, we know that it can have a negative impact not just on our workforce, but also our residents. And so we're making sure we address all of those issues.
Meanwhile, more than 100 flood warnings have been issued for parts of the south of England and the Wales. The Environment Agency said it is monitoring swollen rivers around the UK, with some close to bursting their banks. It comes after snow and freezing rain swept across parts of the UK over the weekend, bringing cancellations and delays across the transport network. An amber weather warning has been extended this morning, but now covers a smaller area spanning parts of Cumbria, Lancashire, and the Lake District. Less severe yellow weather warnings are in force for large parts of Scotland, Wales, and elsewhere in England. Several airports were earlier forced to shut their runways, with Manchester and Liverpool able to reopen only on Sunday morning. Delays continued throughout the day. South Korean investigators have requested an extension of a warrant to arrest impeached President Yoon Suk-yeol hours before the current order expires. Anti-corruption investigators probing Yoon over his December 3 martial law proclamation failed to serve an arrest warrant on Friday after they were blocked by Presidential Security Service guards who formed a human chain to prevent access to Yoon. The arrest warrant, the first for a sitting president, was due to expire at midnight local time today. Investigating authorities said in a statement they had requested an extension at the Seoul Western District Court, but declined to say how long the extension would last if granted. The initial warrant was issued on grounds that Yoon has refused to emerge for questioning over his martial law decree, which led to his impeachment. He is also under criminal investigation for possible insurrection. Bimbo Akombi, BCOS News.
To end Newscope, here again are the main points. President Bola Tinubu says his administration will complete the Eastern Rail Line connecting Port Harcourt to Maiduguri. President Tinubu gave the assurance at an interactive session with Southeast leaders in Enugu during his visit to the state at the weekend.
The Oyo State Governor, Engineer Seyi Makinde, has promised to deliberate with labor leaders during the week to make necessary readjustments to pensions paid in the state in line with the new minimum wage scale. Governor Makinde made the promise today at an interfaith service to usher in the new year.
The West African Examinations Council, WAEC, has introduced a new initiative that allows students to receipts their West African Secondary School Certificate Examination WASC exams as early as January and February. The head of Public Affairs, John Kapi, made the revelation in a statement.
A state of emergency has been declared in 7 U.S. states as the central and eastern parts of the country are reeling under heavy winter storm, snowfalls, and cold temperatures. This is as flood warnings have been issued for parts of the south of England and Wales.
And that's all from Newscope Desk for now. It was packaged by Oluyole and delivered by Oluyole and
Olukemi Ajayi. Thanks for listening, and don't forget to tune in for the Yoruba version at 8 o'clock. Good evening.